Hey everybody, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing, and we're with the Ultimate Racing League for our new championship. Actually, it's the GT3 championship. Can't think of another name for it really, because they're just a complete mixed bag of cars. They're all GT3, so that's about as far as I've got for a name for this championship. So if anybody can think of anything better, then please let me know and we'll change it. But for now, it is our Wednesday GT3 championship. Round two, and we have come over to Italy to, well, a fantastic track actually. One we've not raced on for a while as well, and we're at Monza. A great track, a very fast track as well. One of the fastest, if not the fastest tracks in Europe, so this should be a good race. So a bit of a mix-up of cars on track, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Now I've got no league table or anything to show you. It is only round two, as I mentioned, so we'll leave it a couple of weeks, let everything settle down for that. We've got two 25-minute races for you. The first one just being an out-and-out sprint. Let's have a look. Just medium tyres for the first race. And then the second race, it's a mixture of softs and hards. Random weather set for all of the races. And I think, well, I've got on my notes, it's a rolling start, but I think it may be a good start. We'll see. We'll see when we get into it. So let's have a rundown of the grid, shall we? And see where they're all placed. So grids for race one is set by 10 minutes of qualifying. Race 2 is a complete random grid set by a number generator on Unforgiven's phone, I believe. So yeah, let's just crack in and let's have a look down the grid, shall we? And we can see that Grasshopper has managed to get himself on pole position in a Corvette. Now the guys have got a choice of two cars for every race, so they picked two GT3 cars at the beginning of the season, and they can use either of those cars each week. They can use the same car all season if they want to. They can use alternate cars. It's entirely up to them, but they've got a choice of two. Now I believe the Grasshopper was in one of those whiny things, the RX-7 I think it was, last week. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was in. This week he's gone for a Corvette. I think he's another favourite of his. I've seen him use it quite a bit actually, but well, it's obviously working, isn't it? It's got him on pole position. Actually, it's his second pole in 2 weeks, because the random grid put him on pole position last week as well. And he did manage to get himself on the podium from there. So let's see if he can do the same again today. Wadru in second, just behind him. He's in the AMG, and I believe he was in that last week as well. So Wadru, but glad he's back with us. There was talk of Wadru retiring at one point, but he's obviously been talked out of that, and we're very glad he has. So Wadru in second. Third is Unforgiven. Had a great start to the season, has Unforgiven. I think, let me just have a look. I think he did get himself onto, oh no, I was going to say he got himself onto the podium, but I think he just missed out last week. But from what I remember, he did have a good race. Matty Older, now there's a new name to me, so not always nice to see new names on the grid. I've said this many times, so we would like to welcome Matty Older. And, well, he's had a good qualifier, hasn't he, to get himself on fourth ahead of some very quick guys as well. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what Matty can do. Fifth on the grid is the Popo himself. It's Derg in the Supra. So, I think he was, I can't remember what he was in last week, but it certainly wasn't the Supra, but he's in the Supra this week. Then, sixth on the grid, we've got Neil Farmack in a Ferrari. We don't see many of the Ferraris actually in these GT3 races. People tend to go for the BMs and the Mercedes, but nice to see a Ferrari out there. Smith is seventh on the grid. Our very own Agent Smith, he's in the Supra. Willard is in eighth in a BMW. Then we've got Stealth in ninth. He's in the one and only Jag, the F-Type. Nobody else has gone with one of those. So looking to see what Stealth can do in League 2. On a Wednesday, because we have two leagues running on a Wednesday. This is League 1. In League 2, it is all F-types. It is just a single one-make series. And they use the GT3 F-type 1 week, and then they use the GR4 F-Type the following week. So if you are a fan of the Jaguars, then head over to Thingamajig's Racing channel, and you'll see some fantastic racing in League 2 and some brilliant commentary as well. So don't mind giving Thingamajig's channel a bit of a plug, because it's a great watch. So that's Stealth in 9th. Then we've got Scooby in 10th in a very, very colourful Supra. We're not going to miss him, are we? Brilliant colours on that car. So that's Scooby in 10th. Then we've got Method in 11th in a Lexus. He's the only one going for the Lexus. Tricky car to drive, actually. Very good if you can get it right, but it does like to bite you a bit. So we'll see how Method gets on with it. Then we've got Bennett in 12th. He's also in the Supra. Quite a few Supras on the grid today. Brian Moncani in 13th in the Porsche. Thank you to Brian for saving the replays and sharing them. Do really appreciate it. So Brian in one of only 2 Porsches on the grid, and they're both at the back. So maybe they're not the best car of choice for this track. We shall see. Nath in 14th in the BMW, in the Napa livery BMW. And then in 15th we've got YT also in the Porsche. So only one guy missing, and that's Viking. We're not quite sure what happened to him. Bit of a mix-up at border control or something, I'm not sure. Maybe we shall find out. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But 15 on the grid is a great turnout. So we'll get this race underway, shall we? So I say it's a 25-minute race. They are all on the medium tyres for this first one. So we'll get them lights out, and we are away and off and running. Now then, Monza, as I've mentioned, a very, very quick track. 3.6 miles long. There's 11 turns. It's a clockwise track, so the left-hand tyres are going to take a bit of a beating, as usual on these clockwise tracks. And into the first chicane they go at turns 1 and 2. Very tricky chicane, actually, so I'm just going to go down the grid and make sure everybody got through. Now then, Brian Moncani, not the best of starts for Brian Moncani. He's now down into 15th, Scooby in 14th with Nathan 13th. So Method got a great start off the line then in the Lexus. Whitey even better. Remember, he started 15th. So Whitey now up to 11th. So I'm just going to go straight to the top, and we'll see what's happening, because Grasshopper is still out in front, just leading Wadru around turn 7, and then they go on to the Del Seraglio. Again, I apologise for my pronunciation. It is pretty awful, so if there is any Italians out there, I do apologise. I'm absolutely destroying your beautiful language. As Wadru chases Grasshopper into Varante Ascari for the first time. This is like the 3rd chicane on this track, but it's a lot bigger than the others. And who's that's got a picked up penalty? It's Smith. So he's had to serve that. That's going to cost him a couple of places as Stealth goes by. So Smith, yeah, dropped a couple of places there. Stealth moves up into 6th. Unforgiven is in 5th. He's side by side, it looks like, with Matty as they come around Parabolica at turn 11 for the first time, back onto the main straight, and Matty Older just getting in front of Unforgiven. In fact, we'll jump on board, shall we, with Unforgiven, as he makes the move on Matty Older with the help of the slipstream as they come down towards the first of the chicanes at turn 1. Now then, it's hard on the brakes. Who's going to give way here? And Unforgiven just backs out, and quite rightly so, actually, because that is not somewhere you want to be going too wide in. So around turn 3 then, heading towards the second of the chicanes at, I think it's called Della Raggia. It's turn 4 and 5. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce these. Like I said, I'm killing the language, and I apologise for that. So into the chicane at turn 4 and 5 then. Oh, Matty getting a little bit out of sorts there, but just about holding on to 4th. Unforgiven, he's going to have a look round the outside, but that is not the place to be doing it as he got the cut back. Oh, now then, again, a great exit from Unforgiven, and Matty just got it a little bit wrong there, which has allowed Unforgiven in, but Matty sticking with him and is right on his bumper now, having a right good sniff around. Stealth in the F-Type just behind Matty as we come down towards Varante Ascari at turns 8, 9 and 10. hard onto the brakes, into this left-hander, then immediately into the right. Don't go too far out onto that AstroTurf stuff, because it will spin you, but Unforgiven, a good job done there. Matty Older picking up a half a second penalty. That is not going to help his cause. Down in towards turn 11 now then, is Matty going to have close enough to have a look? I don't think he is. He's having a proper good look in the boot of Unforgiven's car, isn't he though? So Matty really putting the pressure on. Unfortunate though, he's carrying that half a second. Let's just have a look further down the field then. Stealth in 6th. He's having a good run in that Jaguar, isn't he, in the first few laps? Maybe Stealth has found his car. I do like the Jag actually. It is quite easy to handle, to be fair. And I've always thought it to be quite slow, but it's actually not. Now I've driven it in a few races, it's actually a good car. So looking forward to seeing what Stealth can do in there. And at the minute he's doing a good job of keeping Matty and Willard behind him. Then we've got the Popo in 8th. He needs to start pulling a few people over, I think. Now I've just spotted something on his back window, so let's just have a look and see what it was. What we've got going on here. View 86, I can't quite see it, and I can't move the angle. Oh, what a shame. Ultimate Racing League, that's good though. He's got the stop sign there. And JFI, not sure what JFI is. Maybe there's a private drive. So, as Matty gets a little bit sideways now then, is he still there? Yes, he is. Let's go back and have a look at that. We'll go on board with Matty. Where is he? Let's find him. Matty, there he is. Into turn 7. Now then, Dirk gets alongside him. I think Matty was already on his way around. I think Dirk helped him straighten up, actually. So Matty down into 11th from 5th on the grid as well. 4th on the grid, actually, was Matty. So all the way down to 11th. So not the best of starts for him. So he's in 11th. Dirk moves up into 10th. Whitey, what a fantastic start he had as well. Started 15th on the grid and is now up to 9th. So that little Porsche doing the job for him. Then we've got Method down in 13th. Brian Moncani in the other Porsche in 14th, with Scooby down in 15th. So apologies we missed that, but something must have happened to Scooby, because he did start in 10th. The Supra, again, very tricky car to handle. Absolutely fantastic when you do get it under control, but it is a bit of a handful to start with. Back up at the top though, and Grasshopper still leading as they start lap 4, as he just goes through turns 1 and 2 at the first of the chicanes, then around this sweeping right-hander at Biasmio that he's on turn 3, heading towards that second chicane again. A little bit of a gap starting to open up now between Grasshopper and Wadru. It is nothing really to write home about, but it is a couple of car lengths. The Corvette, we know, is very quick in a straight line, and maybe that's where Grasshopper's making up his time. The AMG, bit of a lump really, a big fat ass on it. It's a great car, but it does struggle, I think, through some of these turns. But, well, in Wadrow's hands, he makes it look very easy, doesn't he? Neil Farmack in 3rd in the Ferrari. Fantastic livery as well, actually. I think the guys, the livery is just an open thing. There's no theme. It is just put whatever you like on there, as long as it's not abusive. And talking of liveries and logos, we if we can spot them, there should be an EAC sticker on there, and that is our main sponsor for this season. And we want to say a massive thank you to Eldridge Air Conditioning for helping us bring you these races. Unforgiven in 4th. Just trying to creep back up to the back of Neil Farmer, get into this fight. There is a bit of a gap between himself and Neil, so Unforgiven really needs to start picking up the pace a little bit, I think, just to get back onto the back of these guys, and he's doing exactly that. He's listened to every word I've said, because he's just gone fastest at a 150.5. So Unforgiven should start to reel the guys in front of him. Smith sitting there in 5th. having served a penalty. I think, well, I've seen him have one penalty. I don't think he's had any more than that. So he'll be looking to just try and keep the race just a little bit cleaner now if he wants to hold on to 5th. Hope that the guys in front of him start making mistakes so he can catch back up. Then we've got Willard just behind him, and I do want to say happy birthday to Willard as well. Actually, I do believe it's his birthday today. What's the date today? If anybody's not watching this today, it is the 5th of June, so happy birthday to Willard. So I think everybody should move over and let you win. You should be allowed to win on your birthday. I think that should be a new rule. If it's your birthday, you get to win. But at the minute, Willard is sitting in 6th, and he's got quite a group. Big go. Oh, now then, who's that? That's Whitey, I think, getting all out of sorts. Wow, that went all kinds of wrong for him, didn't it? As we come out of turn 7, and there we get himself onto the gravelly bit on that left-hand side, and wow, he was just a passenger in that Porsche, wasn't he? While it went off spinning and doing its pirouetting type thing. Poor old Whitey, he was having such a good race as well. What a shame, but that's what happens when you get your wheels on that kitty litter. It will just spin the car around. So poor old Whitey down in 15th, and a bit of a task on his hands now to catch back up. Matty in 14th as well, our newcomer onto the grid. We had such high hopes, actually. He started 4th on the grid, so he's no slouch around here. He's certainly got the pace, but it may be a couple of mistakes has just cost him. But he'll keep going. He needs to keep going, catch back up to the back of Scooby, and then they can try and drag in the rest of the pack. You can see them, look, you can see the guys up ahead, so he's not that far behind. Still out at the top though is Grasshopper, and he has still got his shadow with him, and that's Wadru. In fact, we'll jump on board with Wadru, shall we, as we come into the second of the chicanes at turns 4 and 5. Both Grasshopper and Wadru through there quite easily. Neil Farmack just sitting there in the Ferrari just behind, as Grasshopper takes us around turn 6, and Wadru getting this Mercedes, this AMG, big fat ass lump of a car around these turns. Now the Corvette is very quick in a straight line, but Wadru managed to keep up with him in the slipstream. Down into Verante Ascari, the third of the chicanes, much bigger one, if you can call it a chicane. I do. So it is now foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal down towards turn 11 at Parabolica, and you can see that even with the aid of the slipstream, Wadru cannot get any closer to Grasshopper, so he's going to have to try and do it in the turns, isn't he? And let's just see if he can get any closer to Grasshopper as they go across the start finish line and onto this straight, heading down towards turn 1. And Wadru definitely in the slipstream, and I think he's just starting to rein the Corvette in, but not enough to make a move. So Wadru's going to have to start playing it clever and do it in the turns. But at the minute, Grasshopper's looking very comfortable in that Corvette. Like I said at the beginning, I've seen him drive it a few times, so he knows what he's doing with it. Neil Farmack in the Ferrari sitting there in 3rd. Neil very quick, last season's championship winner. Actually got a purple sector as well, so let's have a look. So, it's Unforgiven that's still holding on to that fastest lap, or on 50.1. But Neil Farmack will be looking at changing that. Great looking car there. You can see the EAC sticker on the door there of Neil's Ferrari. And Unforgiven has managed to catch them up. So we mentioned earlier, didn't we, that Unforgiven needs to step on the gas a little bit and catch up these guys in front, and that's exactly what he's done. Great little logo on the side of Unforgiven's car. In fact, let's just have a proper look at it, shall we? we can see it. Let's get a bit of sunshine. There we go. Get a bit of sunshine on it. URL Unforgiven 7 to give him his proper title. We always call him Unforgiven, but it is actually Unforgiven 7. And I believe it's from a rock band. Is it Metallica or something like that? I'm not into that kind of music myself, but I believe that's where it's from. As I needed to take a quick drink. Bit of a sore throat today. Thank you all for your concern. Smith still sitting in 5th. Looking comfortable is Smith. He's not really under any kind of pressure behind. You can just about see the guys behind him. Willard, the birthday boy, in 6th, but he's not close enough to trouble Smith, so Smith can just concentrate on his own race and trying to catch up to the back of Unforgiven sitting in 4th. Then, as I say, we've got the birthday boy in 6th. He's got Bennett and Derg, the 2 Supras, chasing him down. Bennett in the is it the Kazoo or whatever it's called livery, and then we've got Derg, now called the Popo, in the police car chasing them down. Nobody's got back to me yet about sticking a blue light on the top. I'm sure there is some clever so-and-so out there that knows how to do it, but I would love to see a blue light on the top of that car. Derg probably wouldn't, because it'd interfere with the aerodynamics, but it would look good. Actually, it looks good already anyway. I do like that. Well, a bit unnerving for the rest of the drivers, actually, doing it 150 miles an hour down here with the police car behind you. It's a bit unnerving, isn't it? As they go into Ascari, Dirk still sitting in 8th and pushing Bennett hard, actually, as he into his slipstream now. So in his Supra on the straight down towards Parabolica at turn 11. Derg not close enough to make a move on Bennett, but if he can get a decent exit out of turn 11 and get right underneath Bennett's rear wing, he might be able to do something make some use of the slipstream and get the job done before they get to turn 1. You can just see Willard up ahead trying to break that toe from Bennett. Bennett not really interested in it. He's just going down the middle of the road. I think he's just trying to make that Supra look as wide as he possibly can so that Dirk can't make a move on him as they go into the first of the chicanes. Got to be a bit careful as you get on the gas out of that chicane. The back end does like to come round on you on that one. Then we've got Method in 9th. He's leading a little group of 3 then. So Method in the Lexus, he leads the Jaguar of Stealth with Brian Moncani. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow flag? Let's have a look. Oh, I don't believe it. Was it Grasshopper? And while I've been babbling on, Wadru has managed to take the lead from Grasshopper, and Grasshopper did not like that one bit, did he? So let's have a look and see what's happened to Grasshopper. I apologise, we missed the move on Wadru. It may have been on one of the straights. He just got into the slipstream and managed to make the move on him. So what happened to Grasshopper then as we come up to the second of the chicanes at turns 4 and 5? Now, did he get this wrong? Yes, he did. He did. He caught a bit too much of that sausage curve, a bit too early on the power, and poor old Grasshopper down to 5th. Dirty tyres, damage at the front, damage to the front right tyre. Oh, I can imagine what he is saying over the radio. So that's poor old Grasshopper, who was leading for, well, 7 laps at least. The first 7 laps of this race, and now he's down into 5th with Wadru taking over the lead. And, well, trying to pull away now from Neil Farmack in the Ferrari. So Neil into 2nd, Unforgiven in 3rd, and Unforgiven having a good old sniff around the rear end of Neil Farmack. We'll stick with these two. Is Unforgiven going to have a bit of a go at Neil into turn 11? No. He's just going to sit there for now and try and tuck himself underneath the rear wing of Neil Farmack. You can see Wadru sticking to that inside line, trying to break the toe, but definitely letting the go. You get the dirt coming off of those. You can tell that's not the racing line, can't you? It looks like smoke coming off the tyres, but it's not. It's dust and dirt. Probably a load of fag ash that the pit crew have been flicking onto the track while they've been leaning over the barrier. Not the best place to sit your car, but if you are trying to break the toe as Woodrow was, then that is the place to go. Obviously it's the defensive line as well. So Woodrow still out in front, Neil Farmack in second, then we've got the BMW of Unforgiven in third. These three really are starting to pull away from the rest of the pack now, so these three looking good for the podium. If we look at the time, where are we? 17.5 minutes into this first 25-minute race. Smith sitting in fourth, all on his own. Bit of a lonely race for Agent Smith at the minute, and he is carrying half a second now. It's not going to alter his track position, but it will allow Grasshopper to get that little bit closer to him. So Smith could come under a bit of attention from Grasshopper in the latter stages of this race. Willard, the birthday boy. I'm not going to sing, don't worry, I won't sing. I'm not going to sing to anybody. That bit of a sore throat today, so I won't sing. But Willard in sixth, trying his best to stay with Grasshopper. Then we've got the two Supras battling it out still for seventh. Bennett just holding on to that position, being chased down by the police in the form of Derview. This has got to be the longest police chase in history. So far it's been 18.5 minutes and 10 laps. As Dirk goes, is he going to go around the outside, or is he looking for the cutback? That's good defending from Bennett. Made that car look very, very wide. Didn't give Dirk any room at all. But now they're on the straight, there's not going to be much that Bennett can do about it. So that if Dirk can get into the slipstream, there we go. He's pulled to the inside, side by side. Great shot that was. The two Supras down into turn one. Dirk is on the inside, so he's going to get there first. And Bennett concedes that corner and just backs out to go through their single file. So Dirk now up into seventh, and it's Bennett's turn to put the pressure on. In fact, we'll jump on board, shall we, with Dirk as we come around turn three. A quick look behind us. That's a great shot as well, isn't it, of the Supra of Bennett as we come into turns 4 and 5 for the 11th time. And Dirk gets a purple sector as well across the sausage curb there. That's where Grasshopper came undone, isn't it, a couple of laps ago, but Dirk got through it quite successfully into turn 6 then, and now it is turning into quite a battle actually up ahead. Oh, what's happened? What has happened? Let's get out of here, get out of the car, let's have a look. What's happened here? Now then, I'm going to go back, because it looked like Smith and Grasshopper got themselves in a right mess here. Now then, there's quite a gap actually from Smith. Now what, I'm not quite sure what's happened to him, because look at the gap between himself and Grasshopper as they come up towards the chicane. Now then, did Smith make a mistake? What? He seems to be going very slow into that chicane. Oh, he did. He's out onto the kitty litter, which has just completely bogged him down. Did very well actually to get back on the track. He has got dirty tyres. Now then, Grasshopper is on him into turn 6 then. So dirty tyres and Smith really struggling. Oh, it went all sorts of wrong for him, and we will get another look at that from Grasshopper's point of view. Smith trying desperately to get that car moving again. Grasshopper slammed the brakes on so that he didn't run into him. Smith just couldn't keep it under control and just swerved left and right, and then straight across the front end of Grasshopper. And poor old Grasshopper, well, he's not having a great time of it, is he? Lost a couple of places again there as Dirk and Bennett go through. So it was a great little battle right up to that point. Now, where did Smith end up? Smith has ended up in 12th. Damage at the front. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. He was a good few seconds ahead of Grasshopper, wasn't he? Sitting in 4th, I believe it was, and now down in 12th. Nathan 13th with YT. Them two are having their own private little battle here. So it is the BMW against the Porsche. And has Whitey gone a bit too wide? Oh, he's certainly kicked up a bit of dirt there, hasn't he? But into the slipstream. Oh, he's got half a second as well. And that was because of the exit of Ascari. He just went too far wide. But Whitey really trying to turn the screws on Nath, although he has got that penalty. So you can see Whitey really is pushing hard. But he's got to do virtually a full lap carrying that penalty. And then poor old Matty Older down in 15. He's carrying half a second as well. Now his lap times are not too bad. Well, it actually lap 11. Oh, let's have a look. Why have we got the flags going? Just going back to Matt, lap 11 was 150.8, so only a second off of Wadru. Wadru now taking the fastest lap, 149. So Matty certainly had the pace. It's just I think some penalties and a couple of mistakes is what's ruined it for him. Back up to the top though, and Wadru, well, he's just got that fastest lap, hasn't he, on lap 11 at 49.9. So Wadru not sparing the horses. As we get into the 22nd minute, so 3 minutes of this first race to go. Unforgiven in second, Neil Farmack in third. So could this be the first podium finish for Unforgiven this season? I know we're only into round 2, but Unforgiven would be desperate to get up on that podium. Neil Farmack in third. He's quite used to being up there, isn't he, with the likes of Wadru. Them two really have had their fair share of champagne over the last few championships. And at the minute, Unforgiven is right there in between them. But these three are looking very comfortable for the podium finish. Willard, oh Willard, he was sitting in fourth, but he's got half a second. And he's got the popo all over him, in the shape of Derg, sitting in fifth at the minute. I'm loving the colour of that car. What colour is it? It's like a pearlescent blue, white, I don't know what colour it is. Underneath the police stickers. It's got very dark as well, isn't it? I didn't think it rained at Monza, but it seems to be very dark. You can see the headlights are on, unless it's just the time of day. But yeah, it's looking a bit foggy actually. So a great livery on Derg's car, and he's sitting in fifth then. So what? A minute and a half to go. So when Willard has to serve that penalty, Derg will certainly go by. Grasshopper will more than likely go by as well. So Willard will probably drop a couple of places after serving this penalty. Let's just see where he goes. So we know that Derg's going to go through. Now then, will Grasshopper go through as well? So Willard serves his penalty. Grasshopper pulls alongside, yeah, and breezes by. So yeah, that penalty has cost Willard a couple of places. So he's now down into sixth, but he's starting to put the pressure onto Grasshopper again. So getting right underneath him. Now then, we are into the last minute. I was just going to say that Grasshopper's fuel light is flashing, but we are into the last minute. Wadru out in front, really looked after the fuel, and considering he's in that AMG, which does like to drink the old fuel, so Wadru done a bit of fuel saving, looked after it. Certainly looked after his tyres, and it's paid off for him because he is now leading this race. Soon to be the winner, I think. Now we're into the last few seconds. Unforgiven in second. Oh, as Neil Farmack makes a move up the inside as they go into turn 6. So Unforgiven now down into third, but these two are going to have a fight to the finish. So Neil Farmack now moves up into P2. Unforgiven just sitting right behind him there in third. Now he pulls to the inside. Is he going to have a look as they make their way down to Ascari? Excuse me. Side by side down the hill into the last of the chicanes, and I think Unforgiven has just got his nose in front. Come on, cameraman, catch up. And Unforgiven gets in there. gets his nose in there first, and he'll come out the other side in front. So it is Wadru out in front, Unforgiven in second, Neil Farmack in third. That was a great effort from Neil Farmack to get ahead of Unforgiven, but what fantastic battling for Unforgiven. He could have quite easily given it up, and Neil Farmack has not given it up. We are going to follow Wadru as he comes around the final turn. Unforgiven still managing to hold Neil Farmack off. Wadru then across the line to take the win. Unforgiven does get second, just ahead of Neil Farmack. Well done to those guys. Brilliant racing between Unforgiven and Neil Farmack. Willard, the birthday boy, is going to cross the line and take fourth, with Bennett in fifth. Derg managed sixth. Brian Moncani got himself up to seventh. Method got to eighth. Grasshopper ninth. Smith, unlucky Smith, got a 10th. Stealth in 11th in the Jag. Scooby is going to cross the line in the Supra in 12th. Then we got Whitey in 13th. Matty crosses the line in 14th, and poor old Nath, we're not quite sure what happened to him, because Matty was a long way back from him, but Matty crosses the line in 14th. He'll be hoping for better things in race 2. And then Nath finally across the line to take 15th. So that was race 1 here in Monza for our Wednesday GT3 Championship. And I'm going to be bringing you race 2 very shortly. So I shall catch you soon.